This is the Marvel I have truly missed. This is what audiences have been craving for years since Endgame. After leaving the theater, I can say this is the happiest and saddest time I've come out of a Marvel movie in years. I just left Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and I was absolutely enthralled by it from start to finish. This movie is what I've wanted from Marvel Studios for months now, and it absolutely delivered on all fronts for me. I'm keeping this review as fresh as possible because I have so much to say, and I need to get this out now. I didn't realize how influential the Guardians team was to me until walking out of the theater and realizing that this particular squad is no longer going to be on the big screen anymore. Coming to terms with the fact that I've watched these characters since I was 10 go their separate ways had me feeling pretty sad inside. It was a truly heart-wrenching experience. Knowing how things have been going with Marvel movies recently, I had little hopes that this movie was going to hit as hard as it did. Obviously, Ant-Man 3, Doctor Strange 2, and the countless others have left fans in a pit of mediocre despair, but fear not, because James Gunn ends his reign at Marvel with a fantastic trilogy capper. Rocket is the main star of this film. He truly takes center stage with the movie, and James Gunn doesn't hold back on the very heavy subject matter here. We as an audience finally learn the backstory to Rocket's past, and it is something so gut-wrenching and heartbreaking that it could leave viewers holding back tears. At least I know it had me feeling queasy. James Gunn does a beautiful job at keeping these moments in Rocket's backstory super serious in tone as well. Of course, the movie isn't all serious, but it balances the humor with the severity of Rocket's past extraordinarily. It's not like with Thor 4 where cancer is casually mentioned and then a stupid joke is said right after. Rocket's story is given the respect it needed, and as an audience member, I was shocked that MCU was capable of making heartfelt moments without cheesy one-liners or out-of-place comedy sequences. James Gunn also does a phenomenal job with making you care about CGI animals in a way that every human can relate to. You don't see Rocket as a raccoon or some animal in this. You truly realize how nuanced and sincere his character has been since the beginning. Learning his backstory makes it even more sad when he lost all the Guardians in Infinity War, because you know he's been battling demons and lost his whole existence. There is one particular scene here that is shared between Rocket and the main villain in this movie, the High Evolutionary, and it may be one of the most realistic and gut-punching scenes in the MCU. Yes, better than Iron Man dying. Bradley Cooper's voice acting is phenomenal in this, and he gives such gravitas to the role this time around, it's pretty incredible. Rocket's backstory and overall placement in this film was done masterfully, and I think it is a testament to James Gunn for being able to keep the tone serious with comedic moments interlaced throughout the film. The Guardians themselves were really good too. One of my friends mentioned this on the way out of the theater, that the whole team had moments to shine, and it didn't feel like anyone was left out. Every character had moments to flesh out their struggles and issues, and how they went about finding solutions felt very natural. I really loved the stuff Gunn did with Gamora and Quill, and how he addressed Quill's longing for his past lover, and the frustration Gamora feels for not understanding what he means. It plays a healthy part in this movie and is put together very nicely, and ends in a way that I didn't expect, but genuinely enjoyed. I really enjoyed seeing Drax in this as well. He gave his stereotypical humor, but it was placed really well in this and not overdone like in the second one. They also had the best Drax action scenes in this movie too. I truly forgot how powerful Drax was, and that is in part to all the other movies beforehand, but he really showed his own here and was truly captivating to watch in some action scenes. He's also a very emotionally charged character this time around, and it was nice to see. There were some really good scenes between Mantis and Nebula too that really reflected their character traits well, their flaws, strengths, and it was great to see. I felt like every character was real. They all had issues and struggles they had to face. James Gunn was able to take every character and show the audience their vulnerabilities. It's crazy to me how taboo that is considered nowadays in most Marvel movie media, yet James surprised me. It makes the audience feel for the characters, and the situation becomes more dire when you know how the main characters are feeling and acting. I really loved how this movie ended though. I won't dive into spoilers, but I feel like the endings for all of these characters specifically served a purpose and was very well deserved. I think each character fit a new slot in the future for whatever Marvel has in store for them, and if this is the final one and we'd no longer see any of the characters, then it is a very good, satisfying conclusion for all of them. The CGI and fight scenes in this movie are absolutely wild, and I need to give Gunn props for whoever he hired to do the scenes because they are the best in the trilogy by far. It makes me excited that he's doing a Superman movie because some scenes in here felt like a Superman action scene. It didn't feel like the stereotypical bad Marvel CGI we've been getting since Black Widow either. It was very well done, especially some of the set pieces in space. I also appreciate the use of practical suits and set pieces. It truly does look better practical, and the music is always phenomenal in these movies and perfectly placed. The final song to the end of the movie is just perfect, and how he used it is phenomenal. The villain, played by, I'm gonna try and pronounce this, Chukwudi Iwuji, is the best Marvel movie villain since No Way Home, I'd say. He was very meticulous and calculating for like 3/4 of the movie, and he had a very meticulous presence. Will he be remembered in the future? I don't know, maybe. He was really great for backstory on Rocket, but other than that, it didn't seem like he was super memorable. I think part in that is because he became a very stereotypical angry bad guy about 45 minutes before the end credits, where all he did was scream, taking away his calm demeanor he portrayed in the first half. Other than that, he was a great villain to cap the trilogy off too, and is the best villain out of the 3 movies. Will Poulter's Adam Warlock was a really cool addition to the movie as well, but I would say he's the only character I felt was wasted by the script. If he was removed entirely and replaced with someone else, I think the movie would still work. His fight scenes are so well done though, and choreographed, and his outfit is really cool, but I can't help but feel he was reduced to a dumb bounty hunter type character, but I do hope that we see more of him in the future. Overall, I really hope you guys check this movie out. It was an absolute blast watching this movie, and I'm truly sad the series is over. It has real heart, the character building is gut-wrenching, and the series concludes with some of the perfect story arcs for these characters I could think of. If you spent your money to see Ant-Man 3, you damn well better spend it to see this movie because it's amazing. And if you haven't seen a Marvel movie in years, I suggest taking yourself to a theater and watching it whenever you get the chance. It's truly what superhero movies have been missing. It tells a powerful story with superpowered heroes that every superhero movie should follow, but haven't, and that is why the genre is falling downward into mindless action nonsense. Do yourself a favor and see your favorite ragtag Marvel characters go at it one last time. You won't regret it. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I had such a fun time with this movie and needed to get this off my chest as fast as possible, so that's why it isn't so heavily edited like usual. New Super Mario Bros. Video will be coming out right after this though in a couple of days, so stay tuned. It's a great one. In the vein of James Gunn, who now runs DC, take a look at why Henry Cavill made Superman so special with my Man of Steel video, and if you're interested in another review type video, check out why I thought Puss in Boots: The Last Wish was so heartwarming. That's all I have to say for today, guys. I will see you soon. Peace out.